What's up, stream? Spooky horror game time. I apologize if it's a little loud. This is the minimum the game will let me set the volume to, so. So Amnesia, A Machine for Pigs. I just finished playing... whatchamacallit? There's a word for it. It's in my brain. Amnesia The Dark Descent is the one I just finished playing. Why can't you guys see this loading screen? I think there might be something wrong with my game capture. That or the game crashed. Nope, nope. What's happening? I can't see anything because my monitor turned off. Who makes a beast of himself removes himself from the pain of being human. Dr. Samuel Johnson.
Daddy, Daddy, please don't kill me.
The hell? Why did I look like I was a tiny person? I was a tiny person. Is that the amnesia potion? Oh, no, that's my bed. Why is there a cage on my bed? And why does it have such a creaky door? In my dreams, I see a man dressed in jaguar skins and feathered like a blooded saint. What came from the heart lubricated us. It crushed evil under its tread and liberated us all. The foetid heat of the jungle. I don't know that word. Mirrored somewhere behind my forehead. Mirrored, maybe? Oh, it is mirrored. I thought this was a U. Mirrored somewhere behind my forehead. My temple pounds. The blood boils in my skull. It feels as if there is something alive there. A rat, a damn rat gnawing through my brains, eating its way into the world. Even the loud and numb will not quell its endless hunger. I hear my children playing in the attic, but it fills me with terror, not love. What desperate thoughts are these? Oh. There's a lamp. Cool.
Daddy, find us!
Note has been added to the journal. Just J for your notes. And to check these whenever you get stuck. I wake alone to the house in silence. That missing sound of children playing is like a dark, fecund sculpture beckoning me to begin a descent to the loam, where surely only bodies may be found. No matter, my children call, and I shall answer. I will find them.
Papa, this way.
I held your hand and watched the blood pool between your legs. You lived long enough to see Edwin, but not Enoch. I will take care of them, my love. I promise you this.
Interesting. So, did his wife maybe die while giving birth? Sounds like maybe. They slept in the attic when they were babes in arms, and perhaps they have hidden there now. I remember I insisted upon it midway between my bedroom and the office. What am I missing? Was there not a door here? Oh, that I can pull this down. I swear to God there was a door there.
There's a bad man coming.
What? the game is bugged. That's what it looks like. I was pulling out the lantern and it just was not doing anything. Yeah, it definitely was just bugged. Daddy says there won't be a Christmas this year. He is much too busy. Nanny says we must not disturb him. He is ever so busy. He is gone for work before she wakes us, and often we are asleep before he returns. We found a bird in the garden with a broken wing. We gave it to Nanny, who said it was a filthy thing, and hit it with a rolling pin. Later we crept downstairs to bury the body when everyone was asleep. There was a pig in the garden. We heard it snuffing about. Then Daddy came and said we had to come inside straight away. He was furious, but we think he'd been crying again.
We're hiding, Daddy.
This game already feels like a lot creepier to me than the last one. Like, it's making me wish this doorway had a door so I could close it behind me, which the last game I was not concerned about. Yes, he said, I know these ruins. He was a shabby fellow, all rotten with some malodorous disease. I caught him looking at me strangely, as if he really wanted to know how I knew of them. Biting back the temptation to box his ears for the impudence, I simply smiled and told him that my family's library contained intriguing travel books. The illiterate oaf did not understand that, of course. He agreed to lead us anyway. I've told the children, truly, this will be an extraordinary adventure. If those old stones hold the financial benefits I predict, it will merely be the first of many. Oh my god, he got an orb. And now the shadow's here. Ah, stairs. Lovely. Why are these doors locked like this? That's a fucking weird ass way to have doors locked.
Daddy.
You don't mind if I record this, do you? I find it most useful.
Ah, you have one of those wonderful tomato pills. No, of course not, my dear fellow.
It's my own design, Professor, along with everything you see.
Most useful. You understand, of course, why the mystery sent me. That they have concerns.
So he was looking for an orb, it looks like. Poker. Did I say B? Weird. Can I take the shotgun, please, game? I don't want to. I don't want to go in there. Okay, well, I have to go in there. The bank is refusing credit, the ignorant swine. I sit alone at night and weep. Once the children and servants are safely asleep when they cannot hear me, my darling, how I need you now. They say I have squandered my fortune, that my investment in these latest machines has ruined the family name. What? That I was to remain a local butcher? What are these two arms compared to the multitude that can be applied without pay, without tire, by adapting the mechanisms we find in the looms and the mills? But if the bank has its way, it will all come to nothing. If they come for the house, I swear I will kill them. I will kill them all. I will take my rifle. My rifle.
Hello?
Precious eagle cactus fruit. Help us.
What? Replacement is dissatisfactory, so like a pump, better the intestinal canal, like a paper town, already hosting intrusion and the breed. Brass better than copper, more resistant. Filaments sewn to bone hold. Marrow pipe removal with needle potential. Composite replacement straightforward, will respond to electromagnetic inducement to increase yield rate. Serum provides accelerant resetting, resulting in naturalized movement within 2 or 3 days. Subjects still require severing of frontal lobes to reduce emotional distress upon reactivation. Damn it, damn this wretched soul, if only it were like clockwork.
This dawning epoch, this age of reason, an empire grown fat, ripe for the bleeding.
Oh. In Lily's honor at banquet, we will fasten the great mouth dawn over the chimney and inhale the world, and suck the fairies and the nonsense clean from your dirty heart. I don't know why it doesn't show the loading screens on stream. Oh, there it goes.
This way, Papa. Come and see.
Daddy says we're not allowed to play with the animals anymore. We were playing hide and seek with Cook, and he came and shouted at us. Just as we were going to hide behind Mr. Grumpy Teddy, Cook says it's because of the guns in there. But he always lets us help polish them, so it can't be that. Anyway, the room is haunted. If you sneak around there at night, you can hear the ghosts in the walls behind the cases. They are often angry, or that's how it sounds. We think that's why you can hear them rattling their chains or slamming doors and things like that. We don't like it in there anyway. The voice on the telephone, he speaks as if he knows me, and indeed I seem to remember him like a twin pulled away from the other at birth. I feel that we are intertwined, though I cannot conceive of how. I'm a drowning man grasping for the surface within my own house. Beneath me I know there are splendid architectures hidden in the dark, if I can only find the entrances. Where once we sat to weep, Lily's passing under weapons that cannot slay angels to retrieve her from heaven. Look beyond the paintings, Oswald, where once you watched her bathe. The children must have discovered those secret places and taken refuge there. What the fuck, dude? I don't want to go that way. I want to go this way. after the party, she took my arm and said, "But darling, however did you get from the trophy room to the guest bathroom so quickly? Everyone considers you quite the magician." "My darling, Elizabeth's, my father's house has many rooms, and as for mine, well, it also has secret chambers."
Mandus, do you know me?
Who are you? Where are my children?
Trapped, Mandus. Far below us. The machine is foul. It is breached. It is flooded. The bulkheads are down. The children are encaged. If you help me, I can help you release them. Restore the power, Mandus. Drain the flooding and restart the great engines.
How? Where should I go? Hello? Hello?
I am to have a visitor, the distinguished Professor... Oh, Professor A. He has come to ascertain my mental well-being after my prolonged absence from the club. But I am not stupid. He is here to spy for them. When they stalked the Kipper, he was often called to pontificate upon lacerations and missing organs. And now he comes to me to doff and wheedle, and my dear sir, but you must still grieve, and perhaps just a quick look at your engines, the triumph of the age. He knows nothing of loss, nothing of sacrifice, but to refuse, that would simply poke the hornet's nest, invite a swarm of interlopers and thieves. I must entertain this buffoon and submit to his intrusion. Perhaps I should show him the trippery, see whether his stomach, so trained by rummaging in the innards of clumsy, vivisected horrors, is strong enough to stare into real engines of his golden age. I may even introduce him to Jack, or his sons at least. We have stronger locks on the widows now, and we bring their toys to them. Let me come explore the courtyard before I go. To whatever that might be. There's just a lot to explore. I don't know like what's progression and what's secondary. I don't think I closed that door. Dude, that is fucking creepy. Jesus. I swear I was sleeping? No. I don't think so anyways.
scrub and scrub, but the smell will not lift. How can I hold my children with these hands now? How can I kiss them goodnight with lips that have issued such instruction?
It's a poem. I'm not reading that. It's a poem or a song of some sort. Where do I progress? I'm confused. What am I supposed to do? stream. Hi, Loki. Alright, so I guess we're just looking for more secret rooms. What the hell? If anywhere's got a secret room, it's gonna be the dining hall.
I must say, my dear man, you look awful.
Yes, I seem to have picked up something rather nasty in Mexico.
I do understand what you've been through. A lesser man would have crumbled. Yet you have made all of this. Your great factory, your charities. It is a wonder for one man alone.
It will all be made clear, Professor. But first, a drink. You can hang on here if you want, Bubba. Mr. Boy, look at the doggo. He's being so good. Unfortunately, I cannot just pet you 24/7, Loki.
supposed to be. Oh. Cool. I did not realize that that had opened up.
I am off to market. I will cry all the way home. I will have none. I will have none at all.
Okay, it's all open now that I've been in here. I see.
It's coming. Come on, Daddy. It's this way.
Metal ticking as it cools and contracts. This must be this strange machine my new friend told me of. My children discovered this place. It is entirely conceivable. They strayed downwards, delighted in their discovery. Very well. It seems my route is predestined. The descent begins. That was the name of the last game. Was the Dark Descent. This is a machine for pigs. So.
Come and see, Papa. We found an egg. A stone egg.
1 second, just fixing my blood sugar. I assume it's time for the horror to start. Against the rising waters, curled into his cabin, he barely noticed the passing weeks. They swell nearly sunk her, but his fever kept it afloat. In the dark, his swan glowing. Entered the cellars in Amnesia, a machine for pigs. I can't see what's happening. Oh. Let's go, my light still works.
Come on, slow coach. It's this way.
Was it a trick, that voice on the phone who seems so close to my own, who seems to know me so well? Does he lead me for a nefarious purpose of his own secret devising? But do I have a choice? Even though his motives are unknown to me, I must find my boys. I will follow the machinery down to the very core of the earth. It will lead me to Edwin and Enoch.
The shaking ground you feel is our attempts to clear the floodwaters. Treachery, Mandus. We were undone. Your children are trapped by this act. You must find them before it is too late.
What do you need me to do? How can I find them?
Always deeper, Mandus. Through the piston room and into the tunnels. Then find the bilge and flush the rotten water. I will help you where I can. But you must be swift, my little friend.
Can we not with the motion blur game? Holy.
Damn this wretched soul. I am given birth to nothing but machinery.
Jesus. Von Keichenbach writes of odic force, whilst the ignorant charlatan blavely, oh my fucking god, upon the soul. They are both cretins to think one who could strive for such great heights without wading first through the puke and innard, without standing upon an architecture of bones. Oh my god, what is with the dumbass names? Montezuma was the wiser, but here in our temples of steel I have witnessed the severed head of a man, recently trampled to death by a runway carriage. Jesus. Immersed in the solution of the Brennenburg compound, open his eyes and cry, "Oh, where are my legs, sir? Where is my body? We are breaking through the barriers of death itself. Oh, my dead darling Lily, it is too late for you, but I promise you this, I will save our children from death, and if need be, I will wrench them from the blackness with this wonderful concoction." Cool. Hey.
Follow us, Papa. We know the way.
Okay.
Hold still, for God's sake, hold still, child. Don't let it get into your eyes. I'm gonna rinse it out now. There. It will be fine. You just need to lie down. Enoch, look to your brother. How many times have I told you not to play in the cellar?
I told you he'd come.
collar the neck the noose, such a fanfare. Her Times wrote it was a splendid occasion. The hunting stretched for streets, and the fanfare blew, a proud day for the family.
I have such visions to share with thee. If my jaw be unshackled and you harvest the crust from my eyes, think of clean madness that my thoughts and words can unfouled be.
But then what if they could stand upright and walk as men? What if the brute were harnessed thus? Would they sing? Would they find their own God? I have seen these things, and I will tell you now. No, they will not, but they will happily accept fealty to a God thrust upon them and worship it. Thus given, in this I realize they are no different to the masses. They are much the same as us. Once this irrevocable threshold is passed, I understand that we too are shackled and must be set free. To free the man, we cut the man. In order to cross that great evolutionary line, it must first be painted upon the ground. In America, they talk of building their cities to the skies. To me, this seems folly, but perhaps it is simply a case of a nation founded without a history of its own. We walk upon our histories. They are compacted into a very loam beneath our feet. The engineers we employed talked of this. They talked of how, when building the underground trains, they would often come across older tunnels crisscrossing the capital. What places lie buried beneath us? We are digging, excavating, and appropriating what we find. At the center of the planet, my architect tells me there is a great iron ball. It is the egg of the world. Okay, weird thing to keep in your drawer. We integrate the very latest of knowledge of chemistry using low levels of laudanum derivative in feed to subdue the product even before the initiation of the process. This means that when we drag them from holding pens onto the line, they are less likely to panic and damage machine components, other products, or themselves. This section of the belt is sheathed in rubber and kept well lit to maintain good spirits. And we've actually found that the intelligent placement of gramophones and simple acoustic amplification tubes around the line means we can use music to further soothe the product. We find Debussy particularly effective in this regard. Claire de Lune. Warning, fueling pumps, volatile chemicals are in use. These materials are highly corrosive. Wear protection. Hey, it's a dead pig. That's the name of the game. It appears to be some kind of fueling station. I have seen automobiles demonstrated at Mr. Yarm and Mr. Simmons' works, but the smell here is all wrong. This is not petroleum. Of that I am sure. Everything suggests to me that this machine must be significant in some way. Intriguing, the gates are far too heavy for a man to lift and are instead hoisted aloft by a chain coiled about a tube that appears to be spun by motors connected to these electrical switches. Once the fuse is blown, the motor cannot be spun and the gates will remain impenetrable barrier to progress. Another confounded fuse box. The fellow is through his sabotage, if somewhat repetitive. The stench from these barrels is quite discomforting. I would certainly hope that whatever chemistry this room is designed to store is not a defining feature of the flood that threatens my children. It seems this chemical processor is merely one part of a much larger complex. No easy route for me, then. I will follow my fever, the calls of my children, wherever they may lead me as I move further into this strange empire. All the suggestions of a large workforce, yet no actual signs of life. It is every bit as if someone has attempted to carefully create the illusion of a working factory complex, yet this facade, when examined closely, is clearly just a falsification. But I must put aside my anxieties, quell the unease that pits my stomach, and continue on my path. Assuming this door is probably locked then. Oh, no. It's a storage room. Imagine they say a machine day that might think like a man. Imagine, they say, a machine one day that might think like a man, as if this is to be desired. One might almost boast of creating a man who breeds like a pig, men and women upon all fours, rutting carelessly, ejaculating their filthy little missives into the street, alleys and gutters, running freely with the careless spill of their conjoinings, the air thick with the whimperings of lust, bodies streaked with their own emissions. We have created a world where man is so utterly debased he will spray his seed over passers-by, and yet this is the condition Babbage aspired to. No, this is not the machine we seek. Such an entity would be nothing less than a deity, and we would fall upon our knees and worship it. We shall not carve gods to bicker and fornicate. They will exist to clean the world and set us free. I reject Babbage as I reject these men of government. Let the pigs copulate in the gutters whilst they can. We shall scoop them up and ease their ascension soon enough. Ascension, not obsession.
Come on, Papa. Let's climb this one. I can see more pictures at the top.
St. Dunstan's Church. Chemical transportation danger, highly corrosive, highly flammable. The canister looks as if it may fit the fuel pump I saw earlier. It certainly carries the same fetid unholy reek. I will not think of that which I saw pass me in its cage. I will not gaze again into that dark machine room. A more immediate task presents itself in the opportunity perhaps to gain access to St. Dunstan's. The church is connected to the plant. How odd. However, it does suggest another route into the main part of the facility. Given the locked doors around the fueling station, the truck blocks my way. However, almost as if the saboteur knew what I might consider the alternative entrance. dear sweet Lord of all that is good and holy, I must make my escape across container and its putrid contents and flee this place before that creature that nearly man returns. I will head for the church. Surely such an abomination could not follow me to hallowed ground. Oh. How in the blazes are we supposed to meet these damned schedules if even the basic equipment we are provided will simply not perform its designated function? These cursed, newfangled trucks will only run a fraction of the distance my old nag managed before running out of stinking gasoline. The gaffer says it's fine and there's plenty of pumps to refill them outside the factory walls, but you end up dragging a blessed tank from the truck to the nearest one to refill it. And the one in the storeroom is empty again. I can't be turning that crank handle all day only to find the tank is empty. Well sod, it says. Well sod, it says I. Enough for the night. And to my bed I go. It's not like anyone needs access to the bleeding graveyard anyway. Harry, if you get this, I'll meet you. It's a Dempson tumbler for a jar. How do I start this thing? Put the fuel in. Game. Is it just supposed to start? Is there something I need to do? Like, oh.
This way, Papa. Come and see. Will it hatch? Can we take it home?
The motion blur!
Of course we can take it home.
Livestock and Bibles. Higgledy piggledy, blue china eyes. My luck comes to the fairest of sky, so maybe I should just put it over here. I'm not reading that. Twin candles bent to the will of a central saint, casting their light to the corners of the chapel. Father Jeremiah, I thought could be trusted with the secret, but he's like all of the others, so the old priest has gone to the holding pens with his flock, and he says he will enter into our world with them, a shepherd indeed.
Your faith shackles your vision, Professor. It is an iron coffin that keeps you from grasping the future. We require a new deity, one of steam and the wheel, of magnetism and progress. The old god is nothing more than a lamed hog, spitting back offal at mankind.
Some kind of mechanism, a secret infernal one, no doubt. The missing candlestick is clearly the answer, but why this I cannot fathom. Why hide secret machines in place of prayer, and why are the faithful? Why are there drag marks about the altar as if someone was pulled away? We sat here, I remember, we sat in our black, and we mourned, and we prayed, and we bowed our heads. How I hated God then, how I spurned him. If this is our Lord, this pig who robs me of my wife, then I refute his embrace. I will crave a new God for us all. Such madness, such a fool I was. If such blasphemous ravings had remained within me, I would be doomed. But even here I feel the machine throb beneath the flags, and I know my path awaits me. The engines fires, the flames are stroked. I hear steam in the walls, vibrations upon the very air. My heart flatters at the prospect of throwing a lever and exposing the workings of this dark contraption, but my children beckon me on, and I cannot fail them. Oh shit. It appears I have no choice, thus I descend, and may God have mercy upon my soul. If this is my bedlam, and I am to be cast as Matthews, then I will wear the mantle for the sake of my boys, and face whatever horrors lie beneath the altar.
Listen, Papa. Hold the egg to your ear. You can hear the sea.
What exhumation is this? What rotten fruit? What bestitching of parts? I doubt will ever be found, yet I leave you this. Scrawled in the Matadorus half-light, whilst my tormentor shuffles below, my fellow prisoners keen and squeal in the gloam, and where I wait for the knocking upon my cage that signifies it is finally my turn to make that dark journey into the interior. So, fun fact, the game is so dark that I literally cannot see right now. Or does it do the same thing on stream? No, it doesn't. Okay. All right, I think I'm gonna call it there.
And stream it on Discord too, so I can see it.
Yeah, I'm just now loading it up.
Sure.
What's up, stream?
Yeah, but when I realized that Still Wakes the Deep was by the same developers, I was like, dang, maybe I shouldn't put down Machine for Pigs. Like, yeah, it's different, but different isn't bad. They've proven they can handle horror.
Yeah, I thought Still Wakes the Deep was a great game. So
I tried to pitch it to Connor, and he said, like, the only reason he wouldn't is because he's so into, what's it called? Lucid City right now. And when he does finally find time to get games off his list, he's got so many other games on his list, you know?
yeah. Oh, my game crashed. Let's go.
Oof.
I don't know why, but this one does not like at me at all. Like, it just doesn't like me. It's crashed multiple times. It has error picking up on my stream sometimes.
This particular game?
Yeah.
Dang.
It's also loud as fuck, dude.
Oh, that's another crash.
No, that was me clicking out of it to up you in Discord so I can turn down my headphones volume, because like this game for some reason, even at volume level 1, is just fucking loud.
I see. Yeah, they're blaring that music and shit.
Yeah. Can you talk real quick?
Yeah, for sure. What's up?
Okay, that's good. Perfect.
Cool.
Unironically, it did crash again.
Fuck.
Alright, I'm gonna not speak in Discord this time. Gonna not alt tab.
I like your.
It worked.
Hey, hopefully. Hey, you're in there.
Oh, what were you gonna say? Sorry.
Yeah, I was like, I liked when you said that the Dark Descent only had one Dark Descent, and so far there's been a machine and there's been a pig.
So far, I have seen multiple machines and multiple pigs, so I'm very happy.
And then I was like, what if you just judged every game that way? Like whether it had stuff like in the title or it didn't.
I mean, in Still Wakes the Deep, I did in fact wake up, but I wasn't. Oh no, but you did go in the deep actually, and you woke up after that. So.
I mean, but did you stay in the deep? Like you didn't really experience the deep. You fell into it, and then
There were
woke up.
points in the game where you were still. There were points in the game where you woke up, and there were points in the game where you were deep. So.
Always the water and the sparks of the embers of the wheels. It's too bony. It's too damn bony.
Okay, real quick, I'm gonna turn on voice activation in Discord so I don't have to press my push to talk. I like that this game has unlimited lantern fuel and it doesn't have a sanity bar.
Yep.
Definitely nice.
Doesn't seem to have a health bar either. I think that's also a
Did the
Chinese
last
version.
game have a health bar? Oh, it did, yeah.
Yeah, it did.
Well, I'm glad they just left this shop unlocked in the middle of the night.
These men, Professor, these so-called men of mission, they would shackle the masses to a wheel and turn it till their backs break. All for that opiate, the lure of profit. And these fools who lackey them, these priests, these officials, this government, they make pigs of us all.
But what solution, my dear?
There's pigs
How
again.
to break a cycle? You cannot simply remove the promise of a better world for these unfortunates. In the workhouses, in the orphanages, the belief in heaven is surely the only succor one can find.
We do not need to wait. We can bring forth paradise now. We can feed the passion. With only a small sacrifice, we can hold the apocalypse. With just a small sacrifice, we can free our shackles and deliver them to paradise now.
Well, I did in fact see another pig. And this is another machine, so... So far, I'm pretty happy with the game.
But is the machine for the pig?
I guess I don't know that yet. I have seen quite a few dead pigs, though. So if I had to assume, I would say that the machine's for the pigs. Aw, man, this was the way to progress, and there was definitely a story thing up there that I missed. Whatever. Piston control room. A series of collecting vents have been installed along the ceiling at this stage of the line. In the process of stunning and bleeding, the product often expels stinking vapors from its digestive system, which can be collected, condensed, and used in the methane boiler to drive the engine as a whole. In this way, the more product is processed, the more power becomes available to the machine, and productivity is actually increased. A simple stroke of genius, but one that encapsulates the benefits of self-regulatory automaton. So it is a machine for pigs. Ooh, a sliding door. Fancy. I don't know if I should be turning these on, but I'm going to anyways. My gamer instincts tell me they're important. Do I need a second piece of coal? I hope not. I do need a second piece of coal. Damn. Fire and steel. The fires are stoked, assuming the same architect is responsible here as with the chemical plant. I surmise that a centralized control system regulates and operates the pistons. It should be a simple matter of finding it and hoping the saboteur relented after simply extinguishing the fires. Amanda's Processing Company. My soul shudders at what I have seen, but at last I have reached the main part of the factory. Now onwards, downwards to find those floodwaters and drain them away. Like Moses, I will cleave the waters and lift my little darlings clear of its cradle. Lily's arms are made of steel. Lily's arms are silent. The pistons are silent. The plan is at rest. I must poke the hornet's nest to open my way. I fear the scale of these engines suggests a far greater works than is visible from the surface, so my friend must be correct, and the larger part of this plant is underground. We are close to the Thames. No wonder flooding is such a risk. What is a thame?
Thame?
No entry under the pistons when machinery is at rest. I assume it's some kind of waste system or like water canal. Oh man, I can't throw things 80 feet in the air like I could with Daniel. Oh. Are your furnaces fueled? Sure are. I'm gonna start pulling levers. Wish me luck.
I just looked up Thame.
What is it?
It says it's a market town in Oxfordshire, England, or a village in Nepal. It can refer to a market town or a village.
I don't know why that would make sense why things are flooded then.
And it's with an M, right? Like for mom, not an N for nonsense.
Thames.
Like-
Thames.
Yes, okay.
Oh, I might be dead. I didn't realize the pig was down here. There's a lot of coal. The crate arrived this morning, and I had it delivered directly to the workshop. The body is remarkably preserved, although there is a subtle yet nauseating stench of damp and rot. It is humanoid in shape, but has suffered severe skeletal deformity. Remnants of leather straps encase the torso, which is deformed with evidence of substantial muscle mass and displacement. It is difficult to ascertain whether this unfortunate is the recipient of some barbarous surgery or was born deformed, and an attempt to force his gnarled body into some semblance of humanity was made. What he is I cannot tell, but I smell the orb upon him. Orb confirmed, and suspect my great-uncle's presence in his curious condition. So it can be done. We can reshape the body into a tool, accelerate the process of Mr. Darwin's evolution, but here my great-uncle and I part company. He chose men as the subjects of his experiments, but men are difficult to control and rotten with sentimentality. No, we require a new creature for our chattels. Loyal, clever, strong, easily sated. Pigs. Pigs are not loyal. Once those things get old, they will, like, fucking... Old pigs are, like, ruthless. So where am I supposed to go? I guess this way. Oh, perfect. The light guiding me to where I'm supposed to be. Oh, never mind. That door's locked. Please don't tell me I have to get in that. Oh, God. You could never pay me money, ever, in real life to get in a dung boy. Or whatever those things are called. I think that's what they're called. Something with a D. You know the little elevators that go up and down? With the, food? Usually food. Oh my god. Where's the door? That's the second time in one of these games that an elevator has crashed.
Hello?
Hey,
Hey, just making sure you can hear me now.
I can. Were you saying stuff before that I was supposed to be hearing?
Yeah, it was like, you mean a dumbwaiter? And
Oh,
then
yeah. Dumbwaiter. That's what they're
Yeah.
called. What did I say? Dung boy?
Yeah, you said dumbweight or something like that.
No, I said dung boy. As in
Okay.
poop boy.
Quickly, Mantis. Find the entrance nearby. The children weep in the darkness, and the floodwaters continue to rise.
But that's the second time in an Amnesia game that an elevator has crashed. So if in the next game an elevator doesn't crash, I'm going to be severely disappointed. In order to facilitate assimilation of tissue groups, a compound is required, or cells will not bond. Disposal of non-bonded subjects must be immediate and using incineration, or we risk continuous animation without form. This is unpleasant. A simple compound of 1 part of Brennenberg infusion vitae to 1 part of orgone monad disperal fluid is sufficient. This can be administered intravenously to the subjects following reassembly to maintain bonding. The compound is unstable and highly light reactive. Once in the body, the Schneemann lamp can be used to activate the compound, but outside the body it's highly corrosive. It can even destroy small quantities of metal. Alright, where is it? This would be the second time in the game that in the Amnesia game that I have to use acid if I have to use this to destroy something. A lock. Maintenance access. This is clearly another passage beyond the locked gates. It seems I have a choice of approach. The padlock is old but firm, and after that fall, I cannot summon the strength to break it open. Perhaps I can find another way. The descent continues. What did that dark voice instruct me to do? Under the pistons, into the tunnels, and onto the bilge pumps. And if the doors should be locked, I will have to find another means of descent. I cannot trust him, but my path is set. I shall ignore these noises, that snuffling, those shifting steps below me. I will brave whatever lurks beneath, and I will save them. Sabotage. Bruised and battered but alive, I have survived the saboteur's best efforts. He and I are now locked in an epic struggle, but I am driven to find my family, and I will prevail. Ignore the madness about me, but not consider what cruel and unspeakable acts have been committed here. Find a way to the bilge, drain the flood, free your children. Alright, so I got 2 theories so far. Theory number 1, which what I think is most likely, is this guy is the voice on the phone, and it's his memories or something, and he trapped his children down here and sabotaged the machine in the factory.
Huh.
Theory number 2, same thing, but it's just the guy on the phone. And the guy on the phone is an actual person.
Same thing. You still think he trapped his children and sabotaged?
No. I'm saying the guy on the phone is the guy who did that.
Who trapped his children?
Yeah, who trapped his children and sabotaged the factory and stuff.
Gotcha. Cool, good to know.
But my leading theory is that this guy himself trapped his children down here in like a fit of rage because like his wife is dead or something, and yada yada yada, sabotaged the factory, was drunk, who knows, whatever.
Yeah, some damage shit.
Yeah.
Like you have to be kind of crazy to build a big ass machine for pigs, or sabotage shit.
Yeah. Maybe that's why he's amnestic.
Yeah, there's like a different reason why people are amnestic, it seems. Oh, what the hell?
He could also have dementia. That looked like a pig. It's a protein that builds in the brain, so you can't remember things properly. I'm sure you know what dementia is, so I don't know why I'm explaining it to you. Aha. How do I load? Let me read this note. A warning. Inflamed it is, burning it does, bleeding from each hole, force and aft, leaking down my legs, blood and excrement, my lungs are in my vomit. I pass clots of my organs now onto the filthy stone. Drink this, he says, and I drank it. I did do that. Because of the changes, they ripple inner me. My teeth sneeze out and scatter like mice in the dark. I cannot find them all. Gathered what I can, push them back into my gray gums with my fingers, but nails are all weepy and falling out. Drink it, he says. It'll help the running fever, because not us all can take the change. On the other table, a beast under a blanket. I never wanted to see under that, but he drank it too. He passed it under the blanket, and I heard it drink. Dear God Almighty, how can a man shit so much blood and still live? Because it's not a man. It's a pig. A machine for pigs. Can I just get unlimited of these things? Can I break the game? How many of these things do you think the game can render before it breaks?
So many that we would be here for
for hours, probably.
for a long time, to be honest.
Okay, how do I load this up? Oh, I just slam it in there. Cool. Alright, let's figure out where that goes. I definitely came in from this wall, but okay. My surroundings have definitely changed. Oh, I'm getting chased. Yeah, I definitely
It fell onto his hands and
came in
eroded
through
front
here.
to stumps. To stumps. Next time we will use an equal mix of infusion vitae and orgone disperser. No, just take him out. You can dump him in the river for all I care.
They mentioned Vitae briefly in that one little audio thing that you just played.
I don't remember what that is from the first game.
It's okay. I don't mind explaining a little bit. I don't think it may have been explicitly explained at some point in one of the notes, but essentially Vitae is the stuff that could be created from a specific brain that was, or in a brain.
Right. I remember
was
from the
a
people
lot
who
of
were being
stuff.
tortured.
Exactly.
Yes, I remember.
Exactly.
Took delivery of another batch of imbeciles today. They are the sorriest specimens of humanity I've ever seen. No one asks where they go to. The authorities of Bedlam are simply happy to reduce the overcrowding in their teeming, stinking halls. We measure their skulls, check their teeth. We give them the laudanum to pacify them. They wait in line, livestock, dull brown eyes and filthy skin. Many soil themselves as they wait. And then the manipulator they file in silence. I hear the hissing of gas. I hear dull groaning. His teeth are removed and his bones are reset. I hear the pigs screaming. We have removed all the mirrors. After the process, it is their reflections that trouble them most. Afterwards, when they sleep, I walk amongst them. My children, I whisper to their dreams. You are my children now. I have children once again, and your forms imperfect will be the engines to make my own blood flow again. This has to be written by the dude who's like, that has to be written by the dude I'm playing
Over there,
as.
place it in the corner. What? You think I speak Prussian? Do I look like an inbred hog, sir? Who gives a damn what it contains? Just set it down carefully and leave me be.
I feel like pigs also are less referring to pigs and more referring to people who are like the filth of society, it seems like. Kind of like they used in the last game to get the Vitae. But that's just a theory. You don't see me. Yeah, that looks more like a humanoid mutated person than it does like a pig mutated humanoid.
Yeah, they're kind of these like humanoid man-pig things, it seems. You know what I mean? Like, they're not just pigs.
You'll have to find another way to the tunnels. Take care in this place, Mandus. It is the crucible of the evil that stalks these corridors.
So did I actually have an option in where to go? Could I have gotten through that lock, or is this
I'm pretty
just-
sure this is a very linear game.
Okay. Because it kind of seemed like there was maybe a way to make acid that I like skipped over and just went this way instead.
Nah, I don't think it's that deep.
Can I send multiple of these? Of course I can't. That would be convenient. Just in case I fuck up the recipe. Oh my god, that's not in the slightest bit creepy. Oh yeah, no. More experiments with Compound X. Took the dog and injected it with strychnine, some chemical. After the expected conclusions and spasming, it died just after midnight. I immersed the body in a large tank of Compound X and introduced an alternating current via induction coil for a period of 3.5 minutes. Partial return was induced, however, damage incurred prior to death was retained upon arrival, meaning the dog continued in the acute state of that thing. Strychnine poisoning until I put a bullet in its skull, but drowning, perhaps yes. It is after all known to be the kindest of suicides. If one were to drown, replacing the fluid in the lungs with Compound X should theoretically be perfectly possible as a revival method. Ugh. Chemical X is what made the Powerpuff Girls, by the way. I don't know if that's close to the same as Compound X, but the fact that that dog didn't turn into a Powerpuff Girl is pretty disappointing, if you ask me.
Chemical X.
Sugar, spice, and everything nice. And oh no, the professor introduced a mysterious thing. Chemical X. And thus, the Powerpuff Girls were born.
Yeah, but Chemical X also created Mojo Jojo, so...
That's true. You're not wrong. Alright, where's this some other third thing that I need? Oh, can I just activate it now? I don't like that.
Have you tried turning it on?
Alright, there clearly is a third compound able to go in there. You can't tell me that empty slot's just there for fun, Tim.
Nah, it's fine. I'm just joking.
Oh, there was already a thing. Oh, that's where the thing I need comes out of. a heaty brew. I have the compound. It hisses and steams like its container, like some living thing, a witch's jelly to burn and corrode. The container is made from glass, a strange choice unless there is some particular reason why the metal that pervades everywhere else can not be brought into contact with this so-called Compound X. I should investigate for further clues. The centrifuge is some form of bizarre mixing device for chemical compounds, and it positively reeks of the foul fluids I have seen too often before. It is clearly a compound, some volatile bastard of two composite ingredients. I should wager I would find them close by. And now I must burn the lock. Kind of sad that this game doesn't give me an inventory.
Yeah, it's different. It's definitely a different developer, you know?
What? They're not the exact same? No way. Why won't this open now? I poured the chemical X on it.
Huh. You throw something at it, will it break?
I don't think there's anything to throw.
Yeah, this doesn't seem to be much of a throwing game.
I tried to ram it with my forehead and it did not work. Oh, the light apparently does something.
I think maybe you might have read something about how the chemical works that may have informed you that's the option. That's
readings for nerds.
It's fine. you just pulled the nearest thing and it worked.
Yeah, I mean, I was like, oh, this is movable. Here, give me 1 second. I'm gonna go get some water.
Cool.
Also, I love how video game characters always handle these situations, because I've walked by at least 3 sledgehammers in this game, and if I were... If I were in this game for real, I would at least have 2 of those things, 1 in each hand. And the second I see one of those fucking pig things, it's taken 2 sledgehammers, like, you know, like, clapped to the face, and I'm gonna burst its head open.
Do you think that would be more efficient, more self-defensive to have 1 in each hand?
Yeah, absolutely. If you can lift 2 sledgehammers and have 1 in each hand, you could be... Because, like... The thing is like, what if you get disarmed in one, then you still have your other, but, like, if you have both of them, you can be throwing 2 different swings at a time and, like, keep your momentum going, and you can do, like,
that's one way to go.
Hit him with a spin attack.
You can hope if you use both arms, there's more, I don't know, I imagine there's more strength behind it.
If you use both arms to swing 1 hammer, there's definitely more strength, but I'm telling you right now, if you're strong enough to be able to carry 2 sledgehammers each in 1 hand, it doesn't really matter whether you're swinging it with both or not. Because if you're using the gravity correctly and you're holding the hammer by, like, more towards the back than the front, then the force of gravity is what does all the work in a sledgehammer, really. The reason people carry it with 2 hands is because the head of the sledge is so heavy that you usually need 2 hands to be able to swing it over your head like that.
Right.
Naturally, once bled, the product must be scalded, dehaired, and scraped ready for gambroiling and evisceration. For this, we pass them through the steam reservoir, which is kept at a constant temperature by passing excess high-pressure venting from the engines via the boiler and series of large copper pipes into a stone chamber just below the workhouse. At the center of the machine, there is a component that must be kept at a consistently low temperature, which controls operations of the processing of product throughout the system. Alongside this, refrigeration is one of the utmost importance in retaining product quality, and this also requires heat to be removed from certain areas of the machine. 2 problems and therefore combined into a single solution: the removal of heat from some areas and the requirements for increased heat in others. Conducting panels draw heat using the principles of convection regulated by the boiler and sending freezing air along one set of pipes in one direction and superheated vapors in another. Interesting. Miko is big napping right now.
Isn't it dangerous allowing this filthy discharge to collect so close to the core?
We can use the flow to drive the turbines. There will always be a torrent of excreta flooding through these tunnels. We can use this to
Sorry for
supplement
anyone
the
with
steam
motion
production and
sickness.
ensure constancy.
Dear God, the stench! This fecal matter is the true product of the age.
Flooded tunnels. My mysterious friend is correct. The sewers are indeed flooded. To descend further, I will have to find the local sluice pumps to drop the water levels. The smell is almost unbearable. It makes me gag. Why should the saboteur have flooded the tunnels, though? What did he hope to achieve? I don't know, to turn off the machine? Don't fuck with me right now, game. We ain't doing this again. There's no such thing as the water monster. He's not real.
I mean, how do you know?
Is it really the water monster again?
Can you imagine?
Is he in every game?
Well, I'm just saying, what if it's the same universe? I mean...
It very clearly is the same universe. An orb was mentioned. I think that dude's great uncle or
the
great
Vitae
grandfather.
Vitae was
was
mentioned.
mentioned. Laudanum's mentioned. I think that dude's great grandfather or great uncle or whatever he said is the antagonist from the last game.
Yeah, you're right.
Which is what's his face? The dude Daniel was trying to kill.
Yes.
I think the canonical ending to that is probably that he survived.
Yeah. Baron... What the hell is his name?
Okay, yep, water monster's real.
Daniel tried to kill Alexander. That's his name.
Alexander von Graham Bell. Kidding, that's not his name, obviously. You think I can just... Weird. Several of the older forms have breached their containment area and escaped into the sewers. They remind me of my limitations. This is no Chem and I am no Elijah. That's not what that says. Eliyahu. I don't know, some shit like that. At least not quite yet. It is heated. It is the heat generated from keeping the doorway between open that is to blame. We cannot simply pack them about with coolant as we do the center where the doorway is. The later versions are kept safe by freezing temperature of those towers up here. Where the air is hot as fetid, they become overheated and their duality tears them asunder. As the other place flies from their cells and their vitae splinters, they live sporadically, torn from one world to the dark or to the other and back, again in violent, unpredictable bursts for a few seconds. They are creatures of this world. Then they are torn away and cease to have a physical form. This vicious ripping back and forth between worlds has driven them quite insane. I have ordered the affected areas sealed and will not allow my loyal workers to enter. They are damned places now, the abode of failed experiments, ghosts of fear and spite. So yeah, I definitely think that the great-grandfather or great-uncle that this guy is talking about is the guy who had the orb in the last game, who was an antagonist to Daniel, who was Daniel was trying to kill. I think the canonical ending for that game is that he escaped. And Daniel just let go.
Right.
Man, it's really gonna make me get in the water with that thing, isn't it? Oh no, never mind, I can go around that way, cool. Be quiet, my good sir.
We can save them. We can set them free. We can replace a rotten old world with a clean new one. Mr. Landis, you sound every bit the fanatic. Well, how can I be otherwise, Professor? How can any man of ethics simply stand by and watch this world drown in its own excrement? And your engineer, this visionary with whom you have embarked upon this course, does he share your views? Indeed he does. Indeed he does. The poor fellow has seen it all before. Now, this is not the first great civilization he has wept for. And so you said about things you left upon your... Naturally, these things cannot be left to rot upon the tree. And sponsors were remarkably easy to find. I tell you, Professor, a trail of greed brings rich men to your door like pigs to truffles.
Alright, well now I'm thinking this mechanic guy... Well, no, never mind. Never mind. That's stupid. That's a stupid thought. And I said, look, my darlings, can you see it? And they said, yes, Daddy, yes, we see it all. We see it, a tall, weathered cap of steep-sided pyramids, so like those of Egypt's stone falling away from the summit. Vines crawling about, intertwining the stucco serpents that thrive about the steps, a palpable sense of stillness, a weight forgotten. And this is where the king sat, and this is where the priests lived. This is the house of the dead, and here where the sun strikes, this is where they threw the hearts that were not consumed. No, my darlings, they most certainly were not savages. You see, they believed that the sky could fall on their heads, and they truly, truly believed that offering blood was the only way of stopping this from happening. Perhaps, my darling, perhaps they were mistaken altogether. Perhaps their tragedy was they could simply not spill blood enough to prevent the sky from falling upon them. Interesting. Oh, this pig just walks through steel grates. Cool. That's interesting. Ah, the water level is drained enough so I can hit through here now. Yeah, screw you, Mr. Water Monster. Oh, not another one of these things.
So what do you think these things are even for?
Decontamination, probably, is what it looks like. Forced decontamination process.
Let's see.
That's creepy. My question is, why are there bulkheads here?
Oh.
And why are most of them inoperable? Work together, sleep alone. Fraternizing will not be tolerated. Hey, Mr. Piggy. Interesting. This one actually kind of lets you get like a close-up look at the monsters.
Yeah. They're just kind of chilling. Like,
Yeah.
doing their own things. Like, not saying they wouldn't kill you if they had the opportunity, but... Oh!
Kind of definitely seems like he would kill me if he had the opportunity. Yeah, these definitely seem like humans that have been transformed. So those aren't bulkheads, they're prison cells. Fuck it, we ball. Wow, that hurt a lot. Oh, my monitor's doing that thing where I can't see. I'm looking at my stream. I really hate that it does that, and I wish I knew how to turn it off, but I don't. Alright, another ladder there, or the ladder on the right. I'm gonna take the ladder on the right side.
Have you tried researching how to fix that for this monitor in particular?
Nope. That requires me to look stuff up and try computer shit, which I hate doing. I hate doing computer maintenance so utterly much you don't even know, Tim.
Oh.
Like, when I go...
The answer would be that hard if you found it?
It probably wouldn't be that hard, but, like... Take this, for example. When I go to, like, install mods on a game, if it takes more than a 60-second YouTube tutorial, I'm not gonna do it. If I can't figure out how to do it myself, I usually don't even bother going to YouTube to do mods. Ooh, I got an achievement. It's too bad I'll never know what it is. Oh.
The gut. Oh my god.
Didn't get to read the description, it passed away too fast.
Probably just you completed that chapter of the game.
Yeah. You completed the machine for pigs.
You seem to have undergone quite a profound conversion in Mexico, Mr. Manuel.
You could not have seen it yourself and not, Professor. As we disembarked, even through my fever, I saw the detritus of this so-called progress. I saw starvation and disease, rot and destruction polluting the waters of the Empire. We are ruiners, you and I, and all of us, and we make the world unkind.
Pump rooms. These must be the bilge pumps. I am at the heart of the saboteur's efforts. In order to keep this flood in place, he must have disabled these vast pumps, but he was clearly rushed. Thus far, he has left most of his work incomplete, his clumsy efforts reduced to simply switching off all that he could find. If I can locate controls, it will be simple. That's done it. Now I can enter the strange decontamination chamber once again. See, it says it right there. And move onwards. These waters are pushed back, making the way to the bilge clear, where I can divert the remainder of this filthy torrent back into the Thames where it belongs, and clear the path for the central machine.
That's true.
Dear God, a whole nest of these foul creatures, no mind, my instincts have drawn me thus far, and I am sure somewhere in this dank complex is a means of further descent. I will not see their faces as they go about their dark business, and yet I watch them sleep and eat and play, and they are so very human, so very childlike, and I will not think of what I have seen of the chairs and the cages. I will not think of how such monsters may be sculpted. Oh, his children are going to end up being pigs.
Messed up.
His children are going to end up being the pig monsters.
Pretty dark, bro.
Ahead,
Yeah.
the trickle to still waters. I dragged myself deeper into the temple, downward ever, towards a wind that held the voices of my children, beckoning me to set them free.
This game has had more machines for pigs and more dark descents than the last game could ever hope for. I've descended darkly at least... Oh god. At least 4 times. And I've seen multiple machines for pigs.
I don't know how Amnesia Rebirth is going to introduce a rebirth.
Well, obviously you were born again, Tim.
But like, what do you count as born again?
I don't know.
Right? So, the game's got a tall order.
It's gonna have to kill me, and I'm gonna have to come back to life. That's all I can expect.
Okay.
So,
But I've
I
got
mean,
good
if I
news.
play as Daniel in Amnesia Rebirth, then that's already, the game's complete at that point. I'm gonna, if I load up the game... Fuck. If I load up the game and I'm playing as Daniel, then it's already Amnesia Rebirth. The game's already fulfilled its purpose, you know?
Right. I didn't want to say anything. Well, he suddenly got attacked by the water monster.
No, you're good, yeah. Kinda wasn't expecting it, I let my guard down.
But good news for Amnesia the Bunker. The entirety of the game, almost entirety of it,
There's a bunker?
takes place in a bunker. Yeah.
Fuck yeah. That's all I want in a game, you know?
Where's that satire channel? That game review channel?
That's
Someone
just
plays
my channel, bro.
Horizon Zero Dawn. Well, there was a Horizon, but were there zero dawns?
I definitely saw Dawn at least one time.
So that's a 50-50 right there. I'm gonna give it a low D.
Oh, I see. No Man's Skies, there were men and sky everywhere, so that's just a 0 out of 10. F tier. What am I supposed to do here? Is there a should I even be down here? Is there a reason I'm here?
Wait, did you come here? Wait.
Yeah, I came here because I thought there was something over here, and then I got over there, and there's just a shit pit.
Well, maybe you jump in the pit.
I did that.
Oh.
The water level is noticeably lower over here. I can walk here and not be attacked now.
Oh, that's true.
The flood is drained, I have prevailed. The saboteur is beaten. My heart pounds with excitement, even as my head spins and shudders in feverish anticipation. How this machine, how now throbs about me. Sensing its rebirth is imminent. The final descent beckons me to enter, as Lily once lay on our wedding bed and summoned me into what? Manhood. Oh, yikes. Another pump, it seems. Once again, I must engage it. I cannot help but feel I am trapped in some great game, forced to undertake endless Herculean labors for the promised reward of my darling children. You definitely ain't doing the labors of Hercules, bro. Calm down. Your job has not been that difficult. You've like turned valves and shit. You're not moving the earth or holding up the sky. Hey, another decontamination chamber. It'd be really funny if one of these times you just got stuck in here.
Ew. How would that be funny?
I don't know. Your character would die in a decontamination chamber. Oh, I didn't even realize there's leaning in this game.
Ah.
I can play the whole game leaning to the left.
Yeah.
Peak gameplay. That's how I walk in real life, is just like...
Tilting your head to the left.
Yep.
Over your
My
left
whole
shoulder.
body, actually. I stand tilted to the left at a 45-degree angle. Just like this. That's how I walk. Curled into my bunk and all sick and sweat-ridden, they clean my room about me, but I can only hear the voice from within the gentlest of stones. It sings to me, and I dream of a great machine. God, excuse me. We will build a new world from the ruins of the old. We will plant flowers in the rotten rib cage and let them grow to hold the sky from falling. I remember how it whispered to me as we rolled, sick and heaving. And remember when we pulled into Southampton and we both wept, for it was every bit as much a desecration as had been sung to me. And then we came to London, and I set it up upon the mantelpiece, and went into the house, and gathered the servants, and set on recrafting them. And then I went into the garden, and buried those tiny shattered skulls under the weeping bulges of the rhododendrons.
I didn't read that last word, so I don't know if you pronounced it right.
Rhinoceros hippopotamus pneumoalter microscopic silicovolcaniconesis is. You know, one of these days I'm going to have to read pneumo ultramicroscopic silicovolcaniconesis, and I'm actually going to know how to pronounce it. No unauthorized persons to enter this facility by order of the management. You know what, management? You can go fuck yourself. I do what I want.
What the hell is that word, and what does it mean?
Pneumo ultramicroscopic silicovolcaniconesis?
And then you went into the house and gathered the servants and reset you and I on recrafting them. And then you went into the garden and buried those tiny shattered skulls alone.
Yeah, what is that word?
This descent is way darker and way more descent-y. Actually, it's pretty lit. I lied.
For us all.
Pneumo ultramicroscopic silicovolcaniconesis is the medical term to describe a disease in which you get volcanic ash in your lungs. Pneumo, as in pneumonia. Ultramicroscopic, meaning really small. Silicovolcaniconesis, meaning silicon volcanic dust. So really small siliconic volcanic dust getting in your lungs and giving you a form of pneumonia. I'm pretty sure it always leads to death, but don't quote me on that.
Pneumo ultra micro silicone volcanic coniosis. I got it close.
You were close, yeah. You missed a word, but it's fine. I like this music. Big ass machine. I swear to God, if this machine's not for pigs, if I get there and it's like, this is a machine to turn humans into pigs, I'm gonna be pissed.
Oh dear God. Dear Christ, what is this place?
Pneumo ultramicroscopic silicovolcaniconesis. It's also the longest word in the English language.
I tried so hard. I will uphold my promise. I will always protect them for you. My eyes are your eyes. My heart is your heart. I will rip them loose from this rotten world and set them to burn. All to save them.
Oh, I can't turn on the super machine. The rod control room. As in reactor rods?
And they feel no pain. The process is completely humane. Humane, Professor? That we judge the acceptable level of suffering by the human condition. Ask the beggar, Professor. Ask the orphan. Ask the whore. Ask the starving, Professor. The weak, the sick, the filthy.
Ask them to define your humane.
This is a pretty dark descent.
That was, in fact, a dark descent. It wasn't as descent-y as I'd like, but it's definitely pretty dark.
Ah.
It's making the sound of uranium when you're in there, like a Geiger counter sound. You know, the Geiger counter sound?
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure those are reactor rods, like nuclear reactor rods. Which, if that's the case, this guy's dead. He's gonna die in, like, a week. Man just walked up to straight up plutonium and opened the hatch that it connects to.
Bro, that makes me think of the Chernobyl miniseries on HBO.
There's a lot of Chernobyl series, and they're all really unsettling.
Yeah, but that one was really well done,
Mm-hmm.
I gotta say. Like, if you've never seen it, I recommend it.
I've seen a lot of Chernobyl documentary. There's a lot of Chernobyl games, too. I've played a few of them.
Oh, yeah?
They're just, like, off-putting. Okay, so now I'm kind of thinking... Here are my theories, okay?
Yeah.
Theory number one. This guy is the guy on the phone. He put his children down here because they were pig monsters. And he was the one who sabotaged the machine to keep them down here because he has, like, dementia or some kind of amnestic memory loss disease. Theory number two. This guy on the phone is trapped in this machine as a pig prisoner thing, and I'm about to release him. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see. And by wait, I mean do it right now.
Now, Mandus, set them free. Set them all free. I live. I breathe again. I rise. I will rise to bleach the sky and still the water. I will spin the world wheel and set the future upon the path to redemption.
Where are my children? You promised me my children!
My time is come. More pig. More pig.
Boys. Boys. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh, God. So it was that dude was a prisoner. And I'm assuming that dude was one of the guys who possessed an orb. And maybe he, like, wiped this guy's memory while he was in the prison and used him to help him escape.
Maybe.
That's fucking creepy. Don't do that.
And, emerging, I raised my head to an uncaring sun, and I cursed this world of pain and despair. This civilization built on the ricketed bones of the unfortunate, on the greed and swell of mammon and empire. Cradling a stone egg in my jacket, I kissed my children farewell, and I crawled my way home.
That door just disappeared behind me.
Right.
Can a man construct himself anew? Can a man, on releasing who he is, on what he has become, tear himself apart down to the bricks and begin again? Or are souls just as tiny cog wheels and clockwork and intricate machines to serve a function that upon reflection we might set to a new task? Can a man, defined by his actions, defined by that which he now finds abhorrent, set to sabotage this body, his machine, until those children of his soul turn into a new motion, and he may awake to a new sun, a new year, a new century, with hope in his heart? As I reach my hands to the exposed wires, I ask myself this: is redemption possible for such creatures as I? And if not, then surely better to die amongst my creations than to continue to live as a monster.
Damn. Living with guilt, huh?
Yeah. This is not an OSHA regulated ladder. This would not pass inspection. Why is your ladder over there and not right here? Like, come on, guys. So it is done. The saboteur was me and the voice on the telephone was him, but what of us? How do we connect? Surely I cannot be responsible for all I see about me. I cannot remember. All I can grasp is a moment when the world split into two pieces and the innards of humanity fell from an orifice torn agape into my open, bifurcated heart. And when they first said Daddy, my heart was molten, as if blood frozen upon the ground were held to the sun to thaw and slop, and they were inseparable, always together, and one soul in two bodies, and my love was all-consuming. I would die for you, I whispered to their sleeping faces. I would kill. I would set this world to ruin to protect you. I have fought through dark tunnels, great engines, the foulest of beasts. I have set my covenant and drained this fluid, and I am come for you now, my darling boys. The bastard has been here too. This is the epicenter of his meddlings. This is where it began, and this is where it will end. I will seek the source of this obstruction, and then I will render this sabotage impotent once and for all. Now to find the ignition controls and start the machine once more. Elated, I stride forth upon these catwalks. I am coming, my darlings. I have almost saved you.
Where are they? Where are my children?
Glad you asked, Landers. You know the answer well enough. What are you doing, little piggy? Do you think I will allow you to sabotage me again?
I want my children, you unholy bastard!
Just to make sure things aren't so easily fixed this time. Children really are the most wonderful, useful creatures. The unfortunates from the orphanage have proved indispensable in cleaning the larger steam pipes. It appears that matter from the slaughtering process may indeed vaporize its source, but drifts like dust through the air and lodges in the pipes, causing them to foul. Periodically, we shut the pressure down and send one of our pipes into the pipes to scrub the reconstituted fat away.
Yeah.
Oh, pixies. Sorry, my bad. Armed with just a shortened broom, one of our little explorers venture into the dark. Of course, we can only keep pressure down for a short period, so they must be fast, or they risk being trapped and boiled by the superheated vapors when they rush back into the system. Then we will be sending their comrades in afterwards to scrape free the cooling mess. The survivors tell me you can reach all manner of places within the complex to the pipes. I smile, tell them I am so proud, and feed them to the pigs.
Jesus Christ.
Good God, bro. Where is the Steam access vent? Am I just blind? Oh, I can. Oh, I see. I'm just stupid, is what it is.
Will it hurt them?
A cleansing fire always burns, little Mandus, but it purifies and it makes anew. Did it hurt to carve out the fevered flesh? Did it hurt to cut free the gangrenous foot? Ask instead this. Can we save them?
When did I say that? That is not me. That is not me!
Can I have my lantern back, please, now, game?
Nah.
Is it actually not gonna give it back to me? What the fuck, dude?
Yeah, you gotta walk forward, I'm sorry.
So annoying. There's a spoon of medicine, I says, and it's a silver spoon. What you did get born holding, ever so painful for Mummy, dear, but grasped it so hard it was in a little screaming red fist. Later you used your spoon to dig a hole in the garden to get all the way to Mexico, and then you did eat worms with your spoon on the way to stay fat. This spoon was the same you gave to your twins, then you used it to dig a hole to their clockwork souls, and you ate up their hearts like soup on the way to keep you fat. Fat little mole, where will you dig next, I asks you, and your little silver spoon made from the silver spine of your children and wrapped in the hair of your dearly departed. Dear sweet Jesus, my darling Lilibeth, what am I become? Where am I? Am I here to break some shit? Let's go.
Breaking shit is fun.
Yeah. For I am Mandus, breaker of shit, stealer of souls. Oh, fuck. Don't kill me. Ah. Those guys hurt. I thought there was a ladder over there, which is why I went that way. Oh, I'm alive. It was just a bad dream. Still deathless because there was no loading screen. I consider that no death. Where am I supposed to go?
Yeah, good question.
Oh, there is a ladder right here. I'm just stupid. Now quickly through the pipes before the pressure returns and they fill with boiling, corrosive steam. I sense the machine snarl itself about me, its unholy, inhuman mind coil and slick, and send its dark tendrils through its conduits to repair the damage. I will return to the streets, I will fetch help, and I shall lead the people unto the factory, burn it to the ground, and seal this evil underground in this place forever. Mandus is the saboteur. It seems the pressure system is indeed the Achilles heel of this facility, something I clearly did not realize in my first clumsy attempt at sabotage. If I reroute the steam, I can wreak havoc. Some form of steam regulator, I'll wager if I disable it, the damage caused by the rushing steam pressure could be catastrophic, certainly enough to force a temporary stalling of this entire engine that could cause the steam pressure to drop. Mandus, you clever old goat, I can feel this horror, this grief, this betrayal boil into fury. I will not stand. I will not be undertrodden. If this machine is my heirloom, I am the overman. except they died.
This is your doing, Landis.
I'm built
This is
different.
what you trained it to be.
I will stop you. I will save them.
You are too late. It begins. My work has begun. Kill them, my piggies! Kill them all!
My children are pigs, aren't they? You don't have to answer me. I know the answer already.
Oh, okay.
Also, achievement: the entrails. By I know the answer, I don't mean I actually know the answer, but I know the answer.
Right.
If my children aren't pigs, then this game has very hard misled me. I swear, if this elevator collapses, that'd be the third elevator collapse in an Amnesia game.
Third and 2 games stuff.
Damn, those guys just disappeared, straight up.
Oh God, no! What have
Oh, they're
I
killing
done?
everyone.
Oh look, that guy just fell off the...
That guy's straight up naked. Oh.
Magnus, I know you are out here. I own this city. I am this city.
No! This is not what I meant! This is not what I meant at all!
No one misses the poor. Round up some orphans and the world will thank you for it. Disappear. A poor and gentleman applauds you. Pull a beggar and a lady walk safely again. I hate them. I hate them more than any of the others. This privilege, this pretension, those so-called leaders, these pillars of society, these rich and fanciful. They wear their filth on the inside, but they are no less dirty. I have plans for them all. We will feed them, and then we will feed from them.
Redeem yourselves. Redemption is at hand. Enter the cleansing and set your souls free. For you are born into filth and will die as pigs. Only through my redemption can you ascend to the skies and claim the heavens as your kingdom. Fall on your knees. Ashes, ashes, bones and ashes. The fire will reach critical, and we can have such a burning that this city will shine as a beacon of redemption for the world.
Can I open this?
I don't think so. Yeah, but the music's going crazy right now.
Yeah, the music's going pretty crazy. We set aside the entire wing of the mansion for the parties. We invited them from near and far, and we guzzled them with fine wine and the finest cuts in all of London. My God, Mendes, but these chops are rather divine. Who is your butcher? Feed them up. The wine and the grains will also lend a character to the product. Keep the flesh relaxed, opium in the champagne and gravy. A hog roast every night for the Duke and the Duchess. An actress battered and sliced. An artisan in every mouthful. An importer of fine teas stewed in his own leaves. They bicker and breed under the table by the fireplace, on the carpet stained with wine and fat, whilst long dead nobles of deformed grace and cold stare watch them from gilded frames along the crooked walls. We will hose it down later as we shovel them into our machine. Oh. Those aren't my children. I stand and look myself in the mirror. Okay. To me, his mouth full of sulfur, veiled fully sneers. Are you really so different? Do you genuinely believe your works of evil are any greater than the rest of them? You are simply a weak man, a product of his age. The same as any other. This is Empire. Cretan, this is... 1 second. This is the killing idiocy, the natural result of social Darwinism. If you are evil, then this world is evil. You just let the blood run in the street rather than hiding it in the poorhouse. You hold the blade and slide it home yourself. You do not pay a man to do this for you, or you cannot see. If you are evil, at least yours is honest. Evil, and that alone makes you Ubersmish? I don't know. Unless I wash my hands and take the bed.
Ubermensch, which is a concept proposed by Nietzsche.
Micah.
Do you hear me, Madness? This is what you planned.
Okay, this is very clearly a Dark Souls fake wall right here. I know video games. Hey, he said the thing.
Yeah, he did.
Ow.
Beast! Creature! Where are my children? Where are my children?
Well, everybody's dead. GG. Game over. Open sesame. Probably not the most intelligent idea to drop down here, huh?
Yeah. Questionable. Wow.
Alright, that was definitely a death. I'll count that.
But will they be free?
Yes, my friend. Drained and bled and freed from the prison of the flesh. Free to ascend as smoke to the stars.
And
That's
the good.
not what that means.
The word.
That is not.
How will we
I was
save
thinking
them?
the same thing.
Show me these worthy Mandus. Show me these good. I do not see them.
Then you're blind. You're a fool. It could also be both. It could be a blind fool. But if you can't see any good in anything or anyone, then you're blind. Am I supposed to throw something in here, probably? Ah. Water monster time again. Am I right or am I right?
I mean, if it wasn't monster time, would it be a horror game?
True.
I know you, machine. I know what you fear. I will rain excrement into your very soul. I will destroy you.
You are too late, Mandus. My great works are almost begun.
These great works for my children, aren't they? Walking away from those temples, the small pile of stones under the road or something. Skulls of innocents under the loose clawed, headless rib cages in the cool stone behind the altars. They're 3,000 miles apart. I trace back my life to this instance. The rain channels eroded in ancient stone, the toxins already in this damp, this falling water. I hack and retch and vomit into the stink and grasp the bowl with both hands and stare. There in the plug hole, as clear as day, is a toy spine, clockwork and intricate like a child's spine, but clockwork, how could that be? How could a child's spine be made like clockwork? I washed it carefully and placed it on the mantelpiece by the egg I laid myself, under the garden where the children's schools are buried. I call it my Mexico. The fuck? Speedrun.
I am here again, at the foot of those stairs, towards the red light of the nursery, sunset in the window like a bleeding sky, the horizon a slit throat, the seeping dark to drain the guilt from us. I am the jaguar-faced man. I am the feathered serpent. This priesthood is mine.
Evening, sir. Care if I join you for dinner? You seem like you don't want to be disturbed. I'll leave you be. Ooh, that's blood.
You're a great engineer. How marvelous. I must say, Mr. Manders, my excitement is almost unseemly.
Yes, I can see that. Step this way, Professor. I will be right behind you.
Manders? Manders, where the devil are you? I can't see a damn thing. Manders! We are the pig, Professor. We are all the pig.
That's a lot of blood. Oh, hey, children. That was weird.
I climb in stillness now. Blue water runs in my veins, now I am clean. I carry the knife of this factory, the bowl of this mill. I am come to collect you from your fields and your furnaces. I will gather you into the white clouds. I will gather you to me, and I will take you home.
I'm sleepy. But I gotta finish this game today. I must be so close.
Yeah, you're not that far off. You could definitely finish it.
I feel this the problem's waiting.
My gears are adjust. My steam is built. Soon I will spill that blue water and split the egg, the atom, my soul, and there will be a very great burning that we might make the world clean. Be proud, for this is your doing. Until you steeped me in the blood of your own, I was nothing but rotten architecture. You have made me, and I will make the world anew.
Oh, I'm so tired of reading. Then you already know all I would tell you. You already know what you have done and what you must do. Now do. Walking away from these temples, the small pile of stones beneath the rhododendrons, the skulls of innocents under the loose-clawed, headless rib cages, cruelly torn asunder to expose their flowers in the cool stone behind the altars 3,000 miles away. I trace my life to this instant. Rain channels eroded in ancient stone. The toxins are already in this damp falling water. And in this instant, cradling my children's heads in my palms, I knew then I had to unbuild what I had myself constructed. Though even then it was a little more than a sickening dream. This machine is ever mine, and it falls to me to redeem it and myself. I walk the tunnels where no human has trod before. I am sure of that. It is just me and him now. From frost forms on my coat sleeves, the deathly still and freezing air tell me I am close. Steam vents. All about me, the thundering machine, the blast of boiling steam. I cannot pass without fear of scalding. I am a lobster, cracked. My circulation stagnated. My vitals motions impeded. The steam will boil me whole unless I can find a way to shut it off. London's burning, London's burning. God forgive me, what have I unleashed? I stand and smell the burning city. I see ash upon the wind. I hear the roars of sickening beasts and screams as they fall upon the city and drag its people below for the slaughter. Now I begin to understand what the other composite ingredient of Compound X must be, and I also understand this. It is my responsibility now. I must find a way back to the heart of the machine and complete what I started. I return, an angel of vengeance, a saboteur once more. I will find a way to stop this vast enterprise of slaughter. Enough destruction opened the heart before, confused the machine enough to spring its locks and secret doorways. I must cause it great shock, stab its eyes, poke hot wire into its ears, hammer to its teeth, and push glass into every orifice. Then it will gasp, and in that gasp I will scuttle into its throat and stab its heart from the inside. The electrician must be lethal to the touch, now to confound the machine and flood the system, this time not with sewage, but boiling, sparking liquid death. I sense an opportunity. My first strike impeding these cogs with a large enough object should jam the flow of coolant, causing a pressure to build up that will split the pipes and rupture the tanks. It is critically injured now, I am sure of that. It jeers no more. I feel it shudder around me. A wounded animal pressed flat to the ground. I feel it is afraid of me, and I hate it all the more. As I hate myself for unleashing it, my head pounds with blood, my teeth vibrate, I retch and burn with fever. I am an angel of death descending to smother the firstborn for the death of the two that came after.
But why did you take my children?
Mandus. Of all the blood we have spilled together, the first drops fell from your hands alone.
Then I am damned for a filicide. Everything's worse.
We got Bioshock pigs now? That pig fucking teleport?
That's wild. You knew he was right there and you just pull the lever. You're like,
Yeah, bro.
I'm not gonna kite him away and then pull the lever.
That's too much work, bro. The lever was right there. I was already at the lever. The prompt was on my screen. It's too much work to go walk in a circle real quick so I can guarantee not death. I would do the same shit in real life. I would just also have 2 sledgehammers on me. And I would rock that pig's fucking shit, bro.
But what if he's electrified and that fucks you up?
Only to spare you.
The sledgehammers have wooden handles, so
That's true.
This world
I'd be
and its
fine.
loan. Oh, my children. My children. What have I done? What have I become? I will put it right, my darlings. All of my wrongs will be righted. All of my sins washed clean. I love you, my darlings, and I am sorry. I am sorry for all I have done. I simply loved you all too much for this world.
Mandus, put aside.
I search for instruction, for advice, for help in my goals, but in return, the system mocks me. Simpleton, it says you must find your own answers now.
A misguided crusade, and let me save them. You may hate me, Mandus, but I have seen the future, your 20th century, and let me tell you this, a far greater slaughter awaits you there. I seek to save the world by blood now, before millions fall beneath history, pushed under by blade, bullet, and gas.
Ow. Why can I not run faster than the pig? Alright, that's bullshit. What game can we not? There's something I'm supposed to do here? Oh.
Gotta be something around the edges somehow. You're really close to the end, though.
Again, not an OSHA certified ladder. Oh yes, my electricity harmonizes as well.
I have you now, creature. I will destroy you.
Stop him! Stop him! Kill him!
It is over. It is time to end this madness.
Oh, God help me. I have lost the soul of the world.
Madness, listen to your heart. You know you are with me. You created me to save the world. I am your friend.
Doesn't really seem like that, I'm not gonna lie. Is there multiple endings? Can I leave?
Is there a dude in that chamber? Like, what the hell?
That's what it looks like. Doesn't really look like I can do anything to him.
I am no more evil than you. We sought the same thing, to save humanity, ridding them of their painful, stupid, pointless lives. Mandus, stop. Think about what you are doing. For your children, Mandus.
Do not speak of my children, monster.
I did not kill your children, Mandus. You sacrificed them on the temple steps, knowing what the coming century would do to them. Your sons will drown, lungs full of mud and shrapnel, on the banks of the Somme. You wanted to save them from the horror to come. That is the vision we shared. Everything we have built to avert this coming nightmare. You and I are one. We are the same. Our souls are entangled. We deserve to make them free. I have stood knee-deep in mud and bone and filled my lungs with mustard gas. I have seen 2 brothers fall. I have lain with holy wars and copulated with the autumnal fallout. I have dug trenches for the refugees. I have murdered dissidents where the ground never thaws and starved the masses into faith. A child's shadow burned into the brickwork. A house of skulls in the jungle. The innocent Mandus trod and bled and gassed and starved and beaten and murdered and enslaved. This is your coming century. They will eat the Mandus. They will make pigs of you all, and they will bury their snouts into your ribs, and they will eat your hearts. Please, Mandus, no. For your children.
I lay there and watched the god I had created die. At the end, when we were cold as the stone we had hewn his body from, when the lights were nearly all extinguished, we heard, in the silent distance, the man-pigs singing to one another. Then, as the last lights were gone, and we lay together in the deep, they drifted away, and all was silent. Such a silence I have never known. And as the dust settled on my open eyes, and we lay together embraced forever, I heard, miles above us, the sounds of the city turning over in its sleep. A church bell ringing out. And in that moment, the new century was born.